This is Inside Tameside, the headlines: family heartbreak, residents in crash terror and a united stand against store plans.
From the heart of Tameside, Ashton, Hyde, Stalybridge, Denton, Duckenfield, Audenshaw, Droylsden, Mossley. This is Inside Tameside with Max Wieland and Mark Phillip.
A grieving mother has hit out at the burglars who raided her home while she was attending her son's funeral. Marion Price was at Hyde Chapel when burglars broke into her home, just 160 yards away on Joe Lane. Numerous sentimental items were taken during the break-in. The 66-year-old has said it couldn't have happened at a worse time. A pensioner has spoken of the terrifying moment a car crashed into his home, nearly killing his daughter. 80-year-old Dennis Simmons' daughter had just stepped through the front door when the car smashed into the house. Dennis said the driver of the car had lost control on a bend and that it sped across into the front of his home before smashing into the houses next door. Amazingly, no residents were hurt in the crash on Denton Road in Audenshaw. The driver is currently recovering in hospital after sustaining serious injuries. Hattersley and Mottram residents have spoken out against a decision by Tameside Council planning bosses to extend shopping facilities in the area. Plans for a new multi-million-pound retail park were approved last week. The new 14-unit retail scheme for land at the corner of Stockport Road and Ashworth Lane is to include a discount food store and units for national retailers, as well as a drive-through restaurant and car parking. But objectors to the plans say they put the interest of those from outside Hattersley first, before the immediate community. Hills Biscuits in Ashton is set to create 50 new jobs after securing funding worth £1.5 million. It marks the second time they've received funds from Greater Manchester Investment Fund. It means the company can now invest in new machinery. And finally, a pilot project was launched this week to introduce primary school pupils to the world of work. Entitled Jobs for Future and organised by New Charter, around 80 Year 6 youngsters from 2 Tameside primary schools attended the project, meeting local business leaders to find out more about career opportunities. The idea is to track the pupils throughout secondary school life to help them in developing ideas about careers. Now for all your latest sporting news, here's Mark Phillip.
The big sporting news this week comes from Tameside Netball Club, where 2 members have been selected to represent England at under-17s level. Amy Carter and Leah Griffin, who also represent current Super League champions Manchester Thunder, will compete for their country in the Europe Netball Championships in March. The girls will be hoping to help their side retain the title they lifted last time out on home soil in Worcester. Elsewhere, Glossop North End secured their place in the 5th round of the FA Vars last Saturday with a 1-0 win against Worksop Town. The Hillmen progressed in the competition thanks to an extra time strike from Jason Carey, which will see Glossop take on Dunstan UTS in the 5th round proper. The tie is scheduled to take place at Surrey Street on Saturday the 17th of February with a 3 PM kick-off. And finally, in cricket news, Denton West are in the process of recruiting a new vice-chairman. The vacancy follows Phil Jackson's decision to relinquish the role at Windsor Park. Those wishing to put their name forward for nomination should contact either Margaret McWilliams or Paul Carter. The successor is expected to be announced at the annual general meeting on Friday, the 20th of February. As always, you can join me tonight from 6 until 7 PM on Tameside Radio for my weekly show Sporting Spotlight, where I'll be joined in the studio by 2 England Netball community coaches. I'll also be previewing the weekend's football and rugby fixtures.
Thanks for that, Mark. As usual, you can read all these stories and more in this week's edition of the Tameside Reporter and Glossop Chronicle.